The harsh reality is that the majority of musicians don't make that much money. But the good news is there's actually plenty of ways to become wealthy as a musician. This is Jacob Collier. He began with just a simple in-home setup, making YouTube covers using really unique harmonization and music theory concepts. And through time and effort, he grew his audience on YouTube to almost 2 million subscribers, partnered with multiple music corporations, huge businesses, and is now estimated to be worth over $5 million. If you want to get rich as a musician, just like Jacob did, I'm gonna explain it step by step. The first thing I recommend to do is to create a list and assess your greatest skills. As a jazz pianist, Jacob knew his sound production, his music theory and harmonization, which are all very important in jazz, was actually really superior to the majority of people. And from this, he was able to leverage his skills. If you can play an instrument really well, leverage that by offering classes, lessons, or freelancing. If you're good at music theory, which actually a lot of people struggle with, then you can teach that. Or you can actually create sheet music for people. If you create sheet music, you can use something like Anthem Score to use AI to create it for you. Then you can actually start a subscription-based business and actually sell your sheet music there. The second thing I'd recommend you guys to do is to monetize your craft. Jacob realized he was able to create content, go live, and over time actually go on tours, create merchandise, and actually go on famous places. For example, not too long ago, just 10 or 11 months ago, he actually went on Wired, which has millions of subscribers. Like I mentioned, you can teach people on places like Udemy, Fiverr. You can do freelancing like create sheet music, beats, or loops, which actually all use AI. You can even create a YouTube channel and with a lot of effort and time, eventually monetize it. The third step I'd recommend is to somehow market yourself. For example, Jacob put himself all over the internet on YouTube and later collaborated with huge music platforms, which really put himself out there. You can market your businesses, your freelancing, your YouTube channel, and you can actually use things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or TikTok and use those to market yourself out there because how much views it can get and because they spread out so much more and easily than long form content. For example, this right here is Joshua Kian. He's a pianist and composer and you've probably seen him a lot before. He creates his own pieces and his own arrangements, posts them as long form content, and then uses shorts to market those long form content and to just market himself in general to actually create more reach. If you have absolutely $0 or just not enough to start anything, you can try flipping music related items. Using OfferUp or Mercari or eBay even, you can pick up things like keyboards, guitars, amps, or even microphones and use ChatGPT to list all of your items and how likely they are to sell. Then later you can even turn this into a business like e-commerce or a reselling store. The next thing I do, which Jacob really didn't have access to, is to use AI. You can use things like ChatGPT, SoundDraw for creating music, Anthem Score for creating sheet music, and so many other tools. If you decide to do something like e-commerce, you can use Wix or 10Web to actually use AI and create a website for you. Later on, you should also try to mix and match and expand on different methods. This way you can have multiple income streams. For example, Jacob Collier has his YouTube channel, sales, streams, live performances, merchandise, big sponsorships or collaborations, and this is actually just naming a few. If you just rely on one stream of income in the long term, this really limits the amount of potential you can actually make. But if you have multiple streams of income mentioned in this video, you heavily maximize your income. For example, if you're providing lessons or creating sheets, you can turn this into a business by giving out a monthly subscription. Another example is if you're doing e-commerce or flipping items, and say you're selling a keyboard, you can provide beginner videos or guides for just an extra $5 or $10 to actually show the customers how to set up the keyboard. You can also do lessons and then market them using short form content. The final thing I'd recommend, and this is by far the most important, and the one thing out of anything in this video I'd recommend you actually to do, and that's just to start. And I don't mean to just keep watching these kind of videos on how to make money, I mean to actually put them into action. Jacob started with just an in-home setup and basically as a nobody. Once you start, you'll realize although it's hard, it's extremely rewarding. And if you follow the steps mentioned in the video, you can start making a lot of money. If you want to watch more videos on how to make more money, watch this video right here, and as always, thank you for watching.